This is a picture that's been circulating on Facebook for a while through some of the friends and what they've shared. I've been seeing it for a couple months. And my first thought was, this ain't real. Who gives a shit? Fuck off with this shit. Alright? Still don't really give a shit about it. But what's interesting is how many people have been exposed to this. You know, it's there. It's being put out there on the internet, somehow being promoted, and people are paying attention to this. 15,000 already. Again, the point is, it's pretty popular. And these people are actually believing that it's a picture of outer space taken by Hubble. Okay, first of all, as far as I understand it, there are no actual photographs from Hubble, as Hubble is just a type of computer which analyzes the, it takes readings and then it feeds it to the computer as a binary code of, the information that it receives. And then, so anything at that point would be a computer reconstruction. And that really is just a bunch of binary code, that it's much more advanced, supposedly, than just a regular telescope, because this is using other shit, right? That it's not actual photography. So what we're seeing are photo reconstructions, supposedly. But even if not, that doesn't matter, because the point is what I'm talking about is there's a bunch of bozos on here, right? Idiots that are actually believing that this is heaven. Maybe not all these people that have liked it, but a good majority, right? At least 2,000 here actually shared it, wanted other people to see what they thought was heaven. Look down here. I agree. It looks like a city at the bottom. What are they talking about? This does not look like a city. Here they equate it to the New Jerusalem, the gateway to heaven. The only smart person down here is unfortunately, right, as some might say, but not, for look at this. They got a giant S in a pyramidal shape here, right? And this guy's saying, looks like someone photoshopped the photo of a nebula. I doubt it's a gate to heaven. Judging from the photo, it would be a few thousand, blah, 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 blah. Who knows? Who gives a shit, right? Only one person, I didn't read all the comments, but the point being is, I'm looking at this, and I'm trying to think, let's give it the credit that it's semi-real, even knowing what I know that it's a computer reconstruction, right? And let's take that into consideration. What do we have here? To me, this does not look like a real city, right? I mean, for some reason, they're telling us something is out in space and it's been, quote-unquote, photographed, or at least captured on some kind of camera of some kind. But what this looks like to me is not like giant skyscrapers or some kind of fucking, I don't know what these people are assuming it is. To me, it looks like a computer glitch, right? Some shit that happens when you fucking either move too fast with the mouse or whatever. But let's not assume that it's anything. I ain't saying that it's a camera glitch, like as far as that perhaps just radioactive or electromagnetic radiation is coming from that area to fuck up the camera lens in such a way that it would do that. But I don't really think that. But I'm trying to give the skeptical point as well while I give this talk. What was I going to say here? Because I got to switch to the other thing here in a second. To me, this just looks like basically what you call a glitch in the matrix, right? If this were even real. It doesn't look real, but it's certainly not a city, like I said, is in skyscrapers, so I don't know why these would be thinking that. It looks like just the fucking computer or the camera fucked up. And you can even see how it like trails off and seems to follow the color pattern of what's behind it to a degree, right? Similar to how computer glitches work. And whenever, if you watch a video and it's ever glitched on you, it's similar to this, right? Maybe not exactly. This looks more, like I said, like computer code that's fallen that you'd see in the Matrix movie or something like that. Purposeful. But it could be a possibility that this is, either way, it's a computer glitch. Let's leave it at that. Switch to the next. You see, because while these kids on Facebook are only just seeing this picture of heaven now in 2016, I remember an old article when I was growing up from the Weekly World News, which was like the National Enquirer, filled with Bigfoot stories and UFOs meeting the president. One of the articles one time was this. I had to look it up. Heaven photographed by Hubble telescope. It was easy. I just looked up heaven photographed. I actually thought it was National Enquirer. Still pulled it up. Just days after the astronauts repaired the Hubble Space Telescope in mid-December, the giant lens focused on a star cluster at the edge of the universe and photographed heaven. That's the word from author and researcher Marcia Mason, who quoted highly places NASA insiders as having said that the telescope beamed hundreds of photos back to the command center at Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenboat, Maryland, December 26th. I just assume this was it'd be 1993, because if this was either way, the point being, it's caught my attention. I remember because I was born in Baltimore. In fact, my original YouTube account was Tom of Baltimore, and that went back to even 2006, at least, perhaps even sooner. And you can, if you really search on Google, you can find it, Tom of Baltimore 2007, at least that I can find. I know it was at least earlier than that, though. But to prove y'all, I've been around for a while doing this shit. But, or at least researching it. Didn't always quite make these videos because of certain reasons. But the point is, that's what they were circulating in 1994, saying that they photographed heaven. And now they're saying they photographed heaven with this other shit. All right? So what's up? You know what I'm saying? One looks like a computer glitch. This one here looks different. Almost, yeah, like a spaceship or something weird. You know? I don't know. But the point is, something's going on with it, right? It's bullshit. To me, it looks like a computer glitch in this one. The other one, who the fuck knows? It doesn't even look real. But there's always something interesting going on with those tabloid magazines. Some deeper message behind those. Those, for sure, are used by intelligence agencies as far as spreading covert messages that can be easily seen even in checkout lines of a grocery store or a convenience store or nearly any damn where. You notice that? Nearly every fucking where you see the fucking National Enquirer or those fucking other ones with the celebrities on them. Who the fuck buys them? You ever see anyone buy them? You know, when I was a kid, I was into, you know, that kind of stuff. Weird-ass fucking stories and stuff like that. Ghosts is what I was into. And I bought them, but I've never even seen or heard anyone else say that they ever owned a magazine out of those. But even if we give the credit that someone else is buying them, there's at least one other crazy like me, right? when John Candy died, I bought that one too, and just to read up on it and stuff like that. Again, I was a kid. Shows you when that, when this was going on, when I first got into it. Point being, so I don't know what the fuck's going on, but some kind of message is being spread that was used as well in 1994 at least. I kind of thought it might be before that, but no, apparently at least just 1994. We'll stick with that, right? So who knows? We got like, what is that? 22 years later? Interesting. Not really. Well, we fucking, it's only interesting if we know what the fuck was going on. So adios. Hope someone can shed a light on what fucking message is fucking being spread here. Heaven photograph. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. You tell me. Looks like a glitch in the matrix. Obviously something's up. That's all we know. That's all I know. Adios. Amigos. Bonsoir.